my brother Matt. My name is Nick Jackson, and you are watching the No Gimmicks podcast.
Well, you're listening to the No Gimmicks.
Well, you're listening.
It's a podcast. You listen to them.
Yeah, you get the point. Too sweet, man. Boom!
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Todd Smith here once again, alongside my tag team partner Dale Clifford out there in Fernley, Nevada. Welcome to yet another episode of the No Gimmicks podcast. Dale, what is good, my man?
What is up? All right, so we're going to finish off looking back at the month of March here for our top matches. And we're going to give you a couple from Impact Wrestling and a couple more from Ring of Honor.
Yes, we are.
And then hopefully, as we move forward, the plan will be to give you 5 each from
Yes, sir.
all of the promotions out there as we go forward. So, but for now, we'll combine Impact Wrestling and ROH one final time.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get it started there, Todd.
Yeah, let's get this thing started here. So first off, let's talk about Impact Wrestling. The two matches that stood out to us the most, we're starting with Lashley, who took on Alberto El Patron from Impact Wrestling, and this was for the Impact World title. Strong debut for Alberto El Patron here. He really truly pushed Lashley to the limit, and he captures his first Impact title in the process. Well, at least we thought he did. Dale, what's your take on this?
It is very interesting because here we are again. We're staring at another review of Impact's top matches, and one of the names there is Mr. Bobby Lashley. So, for all the knocks on Lashley, you could also say the competition that he's worked against is the top of the level of Impact Wrestling every time, and he basically is the guy that Impact wants in the main event all of the time. But the matches pretty much deliver, and this one definitely was a showcase of Lashley once again, and also a showcase of Alberto, and kind of seeing what he really can do, and the fact that his last run with WWE, I think, was more so WWE just trying to take him away from another promotion as opposed to actually wanting to use him properly.
From Lucha Underground. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's really sad because that's exactly what happened. That was basically WWE brass flexing their muscles and saying, look, you know what? If we want a talent, we will get him. We will pay any amount of money to bring him in. And you know what? If we want to, we could bring him in and do absolutely nothing with him. And that's exactly what happened with Alberto over there in his last run in WWE. But moving on here, our next match was Rosemary taking on Jade. This was a last knockout standing for the Knockouts title from Impact Wrestling. So definitely a knockdown drag out here. Two of the top women from the Impact roster. Jade truly gave it her all, but she came up a bit short in what wound up being her final match in Impact Wrestling. Dale, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it was unfortunate. This was kind of in the time of the cleaning house of Impact, and one of the names that popped up on that list was Jade, and I was like, well, I think the women's division is going to take a step backwards because I thought they were building something with this feud between Rosemary and Jade to kind of bring some relevance once again to the Knockouts division. And as you've seen in the last ending weeks of March and early weeks of April, that is the point. It's like women's division is kind of really lacking right now. And obviously
it is.
This match, they had a Monsters Ball, last knockout standing. They elevated the game of the women, not just in Impact, but I think all across the board in what these two ladies went out and did. And definitely is unfortunate that Impact and Jade couldn't work out something to keep her around.
Yeah, it is. Watching last week's edition of Impact Wrestling, I noticed they had a segment that involved, several of the knockouts. It looks like ODB is back in the fold. But there are a lot of unfamiliar faces that are currently involved in the knockouts division. So a lot of fresh new talent. So it'll be interesting to see what they have in store for them and what they can contribute to the knockouts division over there in Impact Wrestling. But moving on here to Ring of Honor, We're going to give to you what we feel were our top 3 matches from the month of March from Ring of Honor here. Starting with Adam Cole, who took on Christopher Daniels for the ROH World Heavyweight title at the ROH 15th anniversary show. So the story going on here was, the Bullet Club was under the assumption that they had gained a new member in Kazarian, but in all actuality, he pulled a fast one on them. And in doing so, the almighty Christopher Daniels, who was Kazarian's best friend, captures his long overdue first World Heavyweight title in ROH. Dale, what is your thoughts on this?
Well, yeah, as we look at ROH real quick, basically ROH's matches are all going to come from the 15th anniversary, which is no surprise. Their pay-per-views basically deliver almost every single time they do one.
Yes.
Yeah, this was a huge, very emotional match between Adam Cole and Christopher Daniels. Even knowing the result, I kind of started watching that thing and was really kind of getting the feels for Christopher Daniels at the end. And then obviously having him hit the 3 best moonsaults ever was just absolutely ridiculous. It was a great way to finish the thing off and kind of a nice
Fluid
stamp
too,
by
how he nailed him.
Yeah, he is. For a guy that has been doing it as long as he has been doing it and is get up there in the age, being in his mid to late 40s, he can still do that springboard moonsault with the best of them. So,
yes, he can. And just to add to this, just 1 week prior to him capturing his first ROH World Heavyweight title, myself and my buddy Miguel, when we took No Gimmicks podcast on the road over there to New York City, when we went to the Hammerstein Ballroom for Manhattan Mayhem 6, we got to meet the almighty Christopher Daniels. And it was cool. He actually even did a little something on cam for us there. So, seems like a good guy. So, definitely happy for Christopher Daniels capturing his first world title over there in ROH. So, moving on to the next match here, we had Jay Lethal, who took on Bobby Fish at the ROH 15th anniversary show. Definitely an intense encounter between these two here. 2 of the best from the ROH roster, going head to head. Jay delivers a dose of his lethal injection to Bobby Fish and puts him out of his misery. And what was a pretty damn good match here. Dale, what's your thoughts?
yeah, this is one that was kind of interesting. No surprise that they both delivered. Obviously, the names on this list of our 3 matches that we picked from ROH basically are basically in our matches countdown almost every single month.
Yes,
Jay Leith.
it's like Groundhog Day.
As we said, was with the top matches of February, I think every match featured a Jay. Well, one of those Jays is back again. This time, Jay Lethal.
Yep.
Against Bobby Fish, and yet there was a reason why Jay Lethal was a long title run with Ring of Honor, and I think Bobby Fish's time is coming too, especially now that we know for sure there won't be any bringing back of the Red Dragon. So
No, unfortunately not. Yeah, it looks like Kyle O'Reilly has moved on from Ring of Honor, so yeah, I think the future is very bright for Bobby Fish over there in ROH. Moving on to our top match from the month of March from Ring of Honor, we had quite an affair here, quite a violent affair, featuring the Hardys taking on the Young Bucks and the Roppongi Vice in a triple threat Las Vegas street fight for the ROH tag titles. Creative violence at its finest on display here. I'm not sure exactly what Trent did to deserve the beating that he took in this one, but any way you look at it, the Hardys were not the ones who were broken, as they retained their ROH tag titles. See what I did there, Dale?
Yeah, as I would point it out to you when I was watching it back, Trent Beretta basically became the dummy for every big spot, it seemed like, in this match, including...
Oh, just come on out and say it. Trent got his ass whooped.
Well, they all took a beating, but yeah, Trent Beretta was by far the guy that took it the worst. Now, obviously, I've never encountered having thumbtacks shoved in my mouth and then a super kick, but
no.
I thought that I was like, that one was a great visual, but I still thought there were others that were a bigger impact spot than that one. But yeah, no, all creative spots, different aspects to all of them. I also kind of was intrigued by the thumbtack sleeve that they utilized in this match too. So
Yeah. No, trust me. If there are thumbtacks involved, they are gonna find some way to implement them in the match. And something I haven't seen the Butts use yet over there in ROH. I actually saw them do this spot in a match in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla where they actually brought out the Jordans that had spikes at the bottom of them.
oh wow, okay.
So when they delivered their super kits, not only did they get kit, but they also got a face full of spikes in the process. So I'm just waiting for them to break that out over there in Ring of Honor, man. Yeah. Whenever you get these three involved in a match, you can only expect, like I said, creative violence on display at its finest. So definitely some solid offerings from Ring of Honor this month. Also from Impact Wrestling. These have been our top matches of the month of March for each company. Dale, I know we could sit here and discuss this all night, but unfortunately we have run out of time. That is it for this episode of No Gimmicks Podcast. We are No Gimmicks. Let's try that again. No gimmicks, no image, all wrestling, all the time. Please subscribe to our official YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/The No Gimmicks Podcast. If you would like to be eligible for our giveaway through Pro Wrestling Tees, please make sure that you subscribe publicly. Check out Craig Perkins' articles on ProWrestling.com. We would like to hear from our viewers, so please leave us some feedback in our comment section. Also, please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at the No Gimmicks PC. Remember, sharing is caring. Feel free to share the links to our episodes with other professional wrestling fans on your social media accounts. That does it for this episode of No Gimmicks Podcast. For my tag team partner Dale Clifford in Fernley, Nevada, this is Todd Smith in Bristol, Connecticut signing off. Until next time around, y'all take care.